Exhale, pressing the ribs together. I always like to visualize an accordion, moving in and out. Breathing in, elbows out. Exhale, pressing the ribs together. Option to keep your eyes open, or you can close them, whatever feels best in your body. 2 more full rounds of breath. As you exhale all the air out of the last breath, we'll move up into our chest. One hand over the heart, one hand over your hand. Shoulder blades backing down, slight tuck of the chin, and really just a gentle lift of the upper chest, breathing in and out. This is a moment you can take if you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, wherever you may be in the world. Two more rounds of breath. Let all the air out as we'll open up with a collective Om. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. Just take a deep breath in and allow the breath to go out. Together on the exhale, we'll Om, deep breath in. And gently flutter the eyes open. I'll pass it over for David to begin.
Thank you. Moving openly. What we started with, we try and continue and be mindful of continuing with the breath through this session or this series of movements, etc. But also notice in the day, during your day, whatever you're doing, how often you stop the breath. At those times, your body goes into a bit of an oxygen deficit and things go downhill. And one of the first parts of us to go down is the autoimmune system, which generally relies on a abundance, a surplus of oxygen. So as often as you can, remind yourself of that. Every time you notice you're not breathing, take half a dozen deep breaths as a reminder. And then the reminders will come more often, just from your own body saying, notice when you take a sigh, that's what your body language is telling you. I need a bit more oxygen. So take the 3 parts of the breath into one complete, making a wave-like motion. And we'll go forward into the simple movements of tiger and tigress. These are some of the most beneficial that bring flow of all body fluids to the internal organs, which essentially are what's maintaining our life, supporting all systems. All cells within those glands and organs require oxygen. So we're breathing, inhaling, abdomen goes down, head and tail up. Exhale, arching the back up. And keep it going. In breath, out breath. Your attention comes to feel the movement of the body and how we are synchronizing that with the breath. As far as your health and the health of your autoimmune system, repetition of the same old things are the most beneficial. I know in yoga classes people are looking sometimes for something new and different, not what your body needs. Your heart keeps beating the same old way from birth to death. Same rhythm. The lungs, same thing, expansion, contraction. We're adding this whole body movement that creates circulation of three liquids in our body. The blood you know about, the lymphatic fluid I have mentioned. It requires this movement to circulate. The third one is called cerebrospinal fluid. And as we are bending the spine this way and that way, it is being moved up and down the spine, back into the brain, and down again. This is the fluid that maintains the health of your nervous system from your brain all the way down to your tailbone. It carries the nutrients, discharges any pollution that's coming from cell activity. Now let's take it over to the side. Feel that your spine is now bending to each side, creating that same flow and movement of cerebrospinal fluid. Inhalation center, exhale on the bend. Your attention remains right here. Notice the ribs compressing, squeezing together on the one side, pulling apart on the opposite. Now we add a further movement. We're going to lean back down into a child's pose. And we're still moving for the beginning of this with the whole body coming up to that same all-fours position. Your hands are stretched way out. And you continue moving forward, up and over. Pelvis drops down and your head is up. Our full inhalation is going to be here at the all-fours point. And we exhale each way. In breath coming up to all fours. Exhale, dropping pelvis down, head up. Feel what you're doing. This should be feeling very good. Feel what's happening in your pelvis, the hips, the joints down to the legs where the femur bones are joined in. While feeling, we throw in a little contemplation, this movement down in the hip area because we're bending one way and the other. we're creating a bit more circulation, and we have a whole bunch of lymph nodes down here where the legs are coming into the torso. We're moving, pumping lymphatic fluid through those lymph nodes, and they scan the lymph, detect anything that's in there, send signals to the rest of the autoimmune system to take care of anything. Now we're going to add a little retention to this so that we're going from this child's pose, inhaling to the all fours and then locking in the breath, holding it in, dropping down, head up. And now we exhale, going all the way back to our child's pose. In, lock, head up, pelvis down. Exhale as you come back up to the all fours and lean back onto your heels. A couple more times with this movement and breath. Last time. Make it as full of breath as you can, really super deep to here. Lock it in, relax down, exhaling all the way back. Now your hands are still stretched out there. Take them out to the edge of your mat on each side and then pick them up onto fingertips. Now let's try and specialize the breath just on the upper section. Feel the expansion, contraction in that upper chest, right in close to your spine and moving out to the shoulders, expanding out, coming back in with the exhalation. Feel air flowing in and out. Feel the expansion, contraction. We are focusing our attention on the experience of feeling. Now let's rise back up. You can slide your hands in, coming back to sitting on the heels. This is called Vajra Asana, which means the thunderbolt. And technically you're sitting on your heels connected to your sit bone. It creates what's called a mudra, or an energy connection from your heels into your buttocks. And that creates an energy flow through the nerves, stimulating and awakening. So it's called the thunderbolt for that reason. Now let's do a gentle twist to each side. Remember the breath. It should become natural for you at some point, and by now, if you've been practicing this, that whenever you're straight up and forward, it's the inhalation. Any kind of a bend or twist is the exhalation. Full breath, squeezing it all out. contemplate this twisting of the torso, how we're wide open in the front and we're squeezing out on these twists. Again, we're 85% water, more or less. All of this is being moved around as we do these motions. Now let's come back to all fours, but this time we take our toes and we curl them under. And we're going to come from here into what's called downward facing dog by lifting your tailbone way up. See if you can straighten your knees, and you can just straighten one and then the other, kind of working your legs into a more limber state of being. As you go from one leg to the other, inhale going to one straight leg and exhale to the other. Keep a rhythm of breath to motion. And now you can come up with your feet. You can either walk up or take a little jump up if you're comfortable with doing that. Stay shifting the weight to your hands. A little jump with your feet. And we exhale, dropping down, letting the body sink and the head come towards your feet. And then flatten your back, lift your head. In breath is here, exhale, sinking down. Next time you're in the down position, you're kind of curled down there. Bend your knees a little bit and then start lifting your pelvis up, rolling your back up, one vertebrae at a time. And as you come to the standing position, your shoulders come up and back, and we're completing the full breath, letting it go. Take another couple of breaths and let them go. How does it feel? As you are doing daily yoga practice, the feelings all become very positive. The enjoyment of having a body, moving it and breathing increases. So let's bring in just a couple of the dundalls to activate the muscles and change or put a little addition into our body chemistry. Those neuropeptides that come from the muscles wanting to activate, triggering the other systems to come to life. So we have full cooperation in the body, bringing in strength and power, which will then bring back down into the immune system later. So imagine you're taking a barbell. It's just hanging down here. We take in a very full breath. And then we imagine that it's quite heavy biceps muscles to lift that bar up all the way to here. We're out of breath here. Inhale, coming back down. And we're doing this very slowly. You're feeling the muscles work. once more. 3 times should already be enough if you have good concentration. The muscles will start to feel tired. Using imagination, we're engaging 100% of the cells within these bicep muscles. Now shake out your arms, do a cleansing breath. We've created extra carbon dioxide by doing that. The byproduct of all the muscle cells and most other cells in your body. Then we take the same bar and we're going to work triceps and the deltoids, which is lifting up, standing press, full inhalation and full breath here, exhale, pressing up. Relax down. Last movement before we pass it over to McKinley to take us through some sun salutations, a more greater variety of movements. Let's go into the squat. So we're engaging some of the major muscles. The inhalation is going down. We're exhaling as we press ourselves, push ourselves back up. Feeling it already, you should be. Full breath and blast it out. And we'll pass it over. McKinley can.
So wherever you are in your home, you have a mat, awesome. If you don't need one either, it's fine. You're gonna bring your feet together to touch. As you inhale, you're gonna bring your hands all the way up to the sky, looking up, stretching the front of the neck. As you exhale, swan dive all the way down to the ground. If you have tight hamstrings, bend your knees. Tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, lift halfway. I'm going to do this a few times. Exhale, allow the head to go all the way down. Inhale, lift. Flatten the spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale, lift. Hold it here, kumbhaka, breath retention. Exhale, step back into a high plank. As you come into a high plank, option here to have a little separation between your feet. You can bring your toes to touch, or you can bring your knees to the ground. Wherever you are, whatever position works for you, just come into that. Holding here, matching your inhale with your exhale. On your next breath, we're going to bring the knees, chin and chest all the way down to the ground, elbows close into the ribs, butt up towards the sky. Inhale, come all the way through into baby cobra, elbows into the chest, shoulder blades back and down. You want to feel the pelvis reaching to the ground. Take a deep breath in, lifting up. Exhale, forehead to the ground. Inhale, squeeze, inner thighs, toes touch. Lift the knees off of the ground. Exhale, let it go. Last time, inhale, lift, hold it here. Kumbhaka, breath hold. Exhale, release your breath, curl the toes. Press up and back all the way into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here and sigh it out. 3 deep Ujjayi breaths coming back to the body. Listening to the beautiful sounds of the jungle here in Thailand. Bending the knees slightly, looking in between your hands. Option to walk, jump, skip, however you'd like to get to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, deep forward fold. From here, you want to bend the knees, sweep the hands, reach all the way up to the top of the sky. Slight baby back bend. Exhale, bring the hands all the way back into the chest. Pause here. Feel as the energy moves throughout your body. We'll come through one more round. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hands down to the ground. Tuck the chin into the chest. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, let it go. Last round, inhale, lift. This time, hold the breath. Exhale, release, step or jump back into high plank. Again, options to come to the knees, toes touch, or a little space between the feet. Holding here in high plank. Spreading the fingertips wide and just breathe.
Keep that breath as deep as you can.
Option here to bring your knees to the ground or lowering the elbows, coming all the way or halfway, unraveling the toes, coming into baby cobra or upward facing dog, opening up the heart and chest. From here, you're going to exhale, curl the toes and press all the way back, downward facing dog. Take 5 deep breaths in and out. Again, focusing on the breath, the most important part. After you complete your last breath, looking in between the hands, bending the knees, walk or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, deep forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands, reach all the way up to the sky, baby back bend. And bringing the hands all the way down in front of the heart. Pausing here. Coming back to that 1-to-1 ratio of breath. passing it back over to Dave.
We're going to add just a couple of complementary moves to that. Letting your arms hang to your sides. Take your feet and just pace them a little further apart, and we do side bends. Remembering, we're putting pressure and release on the organs, on the lungs, on one side to the other. We are moving the spine. We did forward and back bend in that sunflower. Now we're doing the side bend against cerebrospinal fluid, moving it around, tuning up our nervous system, rejuvenating it. Now take your arms up and over. Inhale and exhale. Get into a flow with it. When you practice it, it becomes natural to move and breathe, synchronizing all the time. Add that to your daily actions, whatever you're doing. Now let's just pace a little bit further apart. Bring the arms up, and we're going to go into a revolving triangle. Inhalation is here. Exhaling, hand to the floor. The other one reaches up to the sky. In breath, coming back to here. And it's a full breath. You come to the top, shoulders are up and back, your arms are pulling them back. And we exhale. Back up to the in-breath. And back up. Relax the arms down. We come back to the standing pose, and then we bend forward again. Now we bend our knees down to the floor, feet go flat out, and you sit back onto the heels. We're back into our thunderbolt position. Let's go with some what's called Vasarga Bhastrika in Sanskrit, a pranayama technique that's empowering for the lungs, for the autoimmune system, done with just the ribs going out and in. On the out breath, it's squeezed. The in breath is a little slower, more relaxed, and as full as you can get it. It's not all parts of the lungs, we're just focused on the center. Keep it going. This is something that you're gradually building up day by day, and we take it to 108 rounds of breath in your own time, adding a couple of rounds per day until that becomes easy. At the end, you slow it down, and then we take it into squeezing everything out, and 3-part very full breath. All the lungs. Squeeze that one out, slouching a bit. We take one more very full breath and lock it in. Lock and drop the shoulders and chest without letting the air out. And just feel whatever sensations are there in your body, in your mind, your emotions. You can feel, but you cannot help but hear the cicada bugs in the background as they get louder, celebrating their day. I want to end today with a breathing technique called Savitri. Now, in the video, I'm going to tack a more extended version of this on the end of the routine. It's done using two numbers, which are specific and a little bit magical, let's say. In pranayama yoga, there's mathematics, the ratio and the proportion of in-breath, out-breath, in-breath to held breath and to the held out breath. These are all known to have specific effects on our neurological system, on the way the energy is moving, which is going to influence everything that the nerves are connected to, which is everything in our body, essentially. So Savitri Pranayama is breathing in for a count of 8. You may need to practice this. I'll count fast enough for now in the technique that I add on to the end of the video for YouTube. It'll be a little bit slower. Slowing down the breath while doing this is going to be more deeply relaxing for everything. This is very de-stressing, and when you de-stress and relax everything, the immune system automatically comes back to life. It works in relaxation, subtly and quietly when we're not doing things. So I'm going to give you the count. It's going to be an 8 count in breath, and then you hold for half of that. So 4 count, and then you exhale for the 8 count, and you hold out for the 4. We'll do a few minutes of this and see how it goes. You can do this for extended periods. I would recommend minimum of 10 minutes and going up to 20 minutes. It can be done as a relaxation. You might find that you fall asleep after 3 or 4 minutes because it is relaxing. But if you can keep it going, it can be done in the lying down position. We're going to do it now sitting.
Can you do it cross-legged as well? So it doesn't matter how you do it?
Can you do it?
Sitting cross-legged?
Yeah, the sitting position is not the important. Again, for those of you who are not adept at yoga, you can do this sitting in a chair. It can be a lazy boy recliner if you want. The idea is stay conscious of the breath, and every deep inhalation is really complete. The held in breath is locked in, relaxed, and then you unlock, exhale, squeeze everything out, and lock empty, and feel the emptiness, and you're relaxed with that also. Okay? So let's try it, going with the breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock empty. 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lock. In. Keep it going like this. Just follow the rhythm of my hand clap. Pay attention check that your in-breath is very deep. You're relaxed on the locks at both ends. On the exhalation, you are squeezing everything out. Feel the emptiness when you lock empty. You can continue this for a period of time. You cannot OD on it. Amazingly relaxing, beneficial, automatically picking up the autoimmune system. If your mind is active and coming up with thoughts or fears or worries, with the exhalation, you're letting go of the breath, let go of these fears and worries. With the inspiration, taking in the next breath, bring in some positive concept. Feel how good it is to take that breath. Replace negative thoughts with positive feelings. The negative thoughts will eventually just subside, fade away. I mentioned a minimum of 10 minutes of doing this. If you can do that, you will find your mind can change. You can change the state of your mind by doing these practices. Okay, we'll let that go for today. You can continue on your own. On the YouTube video, as a follow-up to this, there'll be an extended relaxation at the end with more guided counting so that you don't even have to count for the breath, you just follow along. I wish you all a great evening, a great day, and a healthy, happy life.
In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out, 2, 3, 4. In, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, hold out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold. 2,